Okay, it says I'm live. All right. Let's see. Where was I? Looking at the comments. Jelly says, Supreme, you are legit. I bought all your books. You are the real deal. If anyone has questions about Chris, I'm only saying this because I can speak only from my personal experience. Jason Singh, sup, Mr. Supreme? What's up, Jason? Mario, if you so good, why ain't you popular? I just came across your channel. You don't get many views. This is a new channel, for one thing. I talked about my old channel. My old channel had 16,000 subscribers, and without even me doing advertising on it. I've attempted to do advertising several times. I've just never followed through with it. I just now started advertising because, as I explained in my last video, I got a credit card with a $7,000 limit on it to spend on advertising for my internet stuff. Okay. I never wanted to be an internet marketer. If you knew about my old channel, you would hear me complain about internet marketers, how they're spammers, scammers, and that's not me. Okay. I don't know. I realize, your name is Mario. I'm an African-American male, and you think I smoke weed, and I don't smoke weed. I don't do the drugs, and I don't lie to you. I know that's hard to believe if you got the racial issues, but I try to give you the honest truth at all times, and I don't like underhanded shit. You have to be, it seems like, you got to be underhanded in this business, and I don't want to do that, okay? Mario's asking me, how many lays you got? As near as I can count, I've only had 137, 136. That's not very many to me. It's the quality. Okay, Mario, you're new here. You don't know anything about me, but I've got photos of women kissing my feet. I've already proven myself, and as I talked about in the last video, that's already been done on the last channel. Unfortunately, a lot of that stuff was destroyed. Just stick around, ask people, talk to people who are here. They'll tell you about me. Depeche says Supreme's games, old school hardcore game from the streets, not the mainstream dating bullshit that's into mainstream white culture. He's about domination and control, not smashing chicks. Dude. There, Mario. See, the worst thing you do, that's typical dudeism. How many lays you got? And to a guy who probably doesn't have a lot of lays, I guess maybe 137 might seem impressive. Some of these guys say they've had like 500 chicks. I haven't. But I've had the quality lays. A player builds a team, okay? He builds a team, and I've had teams. So for me to rotate over the 20 plus years, through 137 chicks is a lot. And for me, I was a player. Soft macking. So I've gotten cars, I've gotten cash, I've gotten trips, I've got photographs to prove it all. My son, his first car, a girl gave me the car. And I gave it to my son for him to drive down to go to college in Los Angeles. And I had a video of him talking about that. Because everybody, I know that because I'm African American, I got to do extra hard to prove that I'm telling you the truth because of how my race is viewed out there. So that's why I did all that. I'm the guy that show you proof of game online. I started back in the early 2000s showing photos of my females that I met that night. And all I had was a little fucked up webcam. That's all I had. A little fucked up webcam. So I get girls to come in and actually strip in front of them goddamn webcams for me. So my game was about power and domination. Let's see. Murray, please provide me information where I can sign up for your course. I'll be opening up another, I think you're talking about my How to Talk to Girls course. I'll need 4 more guys, because I filled that one up, that want to come forward and take that course with you. Luckily, I found enough dudes for the first one. Supreme, what are the main 4 workouts you need to gain muscle? Are you trying to test me? Okay. Squats, deadlifts, bent over rows, bench press. Do those 4 and you'll gain muscle. Those are the 4 basics, compound movements. With the squats, deadlifts, bent over rows more of an isolation and chest. But those 4 will get you what you want. Because the bent over rows work your biceps and your back. The bench press works your chest, the front delts, and the triceps. Also, your core gets worked on both those. Actually, all of them. So, did I pass? I've got 30 years of knowledge as a trainer. Actually, 29 and a half, I think. 20, somewhere around there. I started in 87, do the math. So next year, it'll be 30 years. And I've trained bodybuilders. I've trained people from all walks of life. And I'm back to Jelly. Thanks for the compliment. I put that on my fan page. I'm still looking at, Mario's. Why ain't you popular? I'm sorry, I couldn't do that shit. And he goes, is this dude legit? I need a PUA instructor. My game is whack. Well, then go to PUA. Okay? If that's what you feel that you need, go get some PUA shit. I don't do PUA. I do the real world thing. And Mario, PUA is going to teach you that all you got to do is go knock a girl in the head and drag her back to your cave, basically, as I said in my last video. But they're going to teach you all you got to do is run up a girl's face and hoe chase, telemarketing type style, and say these magic scripts. I teach the truth of dating. Now, this will determine whether or not you're on my side of the fence or on the PUA side of the fence. Women do the choosing. What do you say about that, Mario? I want to wait for Mario to say something. Women do the choosing. Think about that for a minute. Women do the choosing. Are you aware of that? Will a PUA teach you that truth? No. I'll answer your question in a minute there, Depeche, because there are different types of players. And you're using that word womanizer. Okay, I'll accept that. But anyway, I'm waiting for Mario. That makes sense. In the club, when you try to approach them, they agree or reject you. Okay. So, what I've done is I've back engineered that. If women do the choosing, and obviously I was very successful in nightclubs in over 20 years. So I must have figured something out, right? Why was I so damn successful in the fucking clubs? And I went to, Mario, I'm black. I went to white clubs. And there was a small percentage of white women want to fuck with black dudes. I found them and pulled them from the clubs. So obviously I gave them something to choose. I figured out the right look, bald head, and I grew a full goatee. I had double earrings. That was a certain look that was popular. So I found the women, and it seemed like it was a lot of fucking blondes. I don't like blondes, but they want to touch my bald head. I always got blondes doing that in the clubs. So if I can pull these females and have them buying me shit, then obviously I learned something. So I gave them something to choose. I own my own business, so that made me different than other guys out there. I had a different energy. And I saw that difference. I realized, the kind of man I am, that I'm very masculine. And I'm looking at the Caucasian males. Caucasian males, I'm sorry, but a lot of you guys, you're kind of feminized. And I saw that difference. And I ran into Caucasian women that talked about that difference, and that's why they were, they were more open to dating black dudes to see what the whole mystique is about. Case in point, had a discussion with Grease 2000 this weekend on that subject, and he wrote, we talked about that 3 days ago when she took me out for dinner. This is a white female that took my boy Grease out to dinner, and she put $100 in his pockets, stuff like that. She's laced him up. That's what black players do. We kind of milk women out there, for dough. She told me right before she met me, she went out on 2 dates. One, number one guy, a lawyer, confessed he was a cross-dresser. She says this is a doctor. She's a psychotherapist, but very popular. This is very popular with white men, and a huge secret in the white community. I'm not putting down the white race. I'm giving you what someone else has said as I show you the difference between my energy and what energy is going on in the community out there. Okay. Second guy, a cop. Yep, a cop wanted her to fuck him in the ass and dummy. And that's what I ran into. I was running these women that there's, this trend in some of the males, they want the female to get a strap on. So I was popular. In my town, we have this convention center that was built. One of my aerobic students was the engineer on that, the designer. And I went to the opening. So all these rich white chicks were flocking to me at this event, dealing with their men. She showed me pics that these guys sent them involved in this, but she told me something very enlightening. Mind you, she has a PhD in a psychotherapist, Grease wrote. She said, all sexual deviancy is born in her community and anchored in her men. Yet they're the ones who are the most sexually uncomfortable with themselves and remain disconnected from passion. So I'm out there. I like passionate sex, and I learned to dance. I learned to move passionately with women, these white women, and they gravitated to me. I got another question for you. I'm getting choosing signals from homosexuals. Is that normal? That means you're an attractive male. And yeah, I got choosing signals from homosexuals too. Homosexuals are bold these days. They will actually come up to you now because of their marketing program they use. They started when I was in college. Before that, they didn't do this type of stuff, by the way. You guys grew up with this, so it's a norm to you, but it's not a norm to me. It goes further. I see white dudes getting bent over in the club with their girl dancing behind them. Yeah. But that's the pre-culture that I was exposed to, okay? And I'm sorry I have to put it out there to the white community like that who are my viewers. I got to give you guys the truth. And I don't agree all white guys are pussies. Come on. That's just not right. So I teach the truth of dating. I only give the truth. Like I just gave you guys what I learned and what Grease has learned. Grease, as you guys know, is my top player. The dude I want to take over for me. So Depeche says, is there only one type of player or different types? Like smooth talking players, gorilla. There are. You're referring to gorilla pimping as gorilla players. There are no. I don't know of any gorilla players. They go to jail. But there are smooth talking players. I rank them on levels. Low level players that get girls to buy them. They mooch off chicks. A real player is going to play life. By the way, entrepreneurs are players. They're playing the game of life. They're playing the game of business. They're players. Sorry to point out like that to you. These guys are players. A real player understands how life is played. And that's why I teach what I do. I don't just teach how to get pussy. I'm trying to teach you guys about life, how to master life. So there are multiple types of player. I'm a master player. That means I control all within my domain, as you guys have seen. My woman comes home at lunch, makes my lunch, goes back to work. I don't have to fend for myself, and I can cook. Any kind of sex I want, I get it. Any kind. Except I haven't bought other chicks into the. I'm not gonna do that. That's not my thing. But if I was, it would be done. So low level players, they cheat on they're basically cheaters, if I could put it like that. They'll have a girlfriend and they'll cheat her. And I was doing that. I had a back door up until January. But I'm also a master. My back door knew about my relationship. She put money in my account. Her dad left her $3.5 million. She owns a lot of property in this town, and she was Brazilian, half Portuguese. Actually, her mom was from Terceira. Her dad was biracial Brazilian. Anyways, and for me, it was because as a player, I've had multiple women, as many as 13 on my team, which was way too many. And it's hard to have that, your energy expanded that far out as Greece is experiencing, and then come down to just one female. That's hard as fuck. Otherwise, I would have imploded. I would have actually imploded and ruined my relationship. Sometimes for men like me that I became, we need those outlets. It's not about being a player. It's just in order to survive, we need those outlets. I've survived since January. I'm better adjusted now. And I didn't see her the whole time. I dropped her for a while and picked back up. I went through a couple of years and, hooked back up. But she's always there waiting. So that's a lot of power. I'm the guy that can get her off till she can't come anymore. Depeche. So hope that answers your question. There are different levels of players. As I see them, the low-level players and the players who are masters. And a master player, as I've done, can go to the mat game or go to the pimp game. But we choose to be where we're at. I own my own business. I don't need to put females on the streets. I don't need to, mac on females. When I did it, it was just for the power thing. Depeche. Okay, Depeche. Girls don't say, hey, are you a PUA? You sound like one. Yeah. They say, hey, are you a player? / womanizer. PUA doesn't exist in the real world. Exactly. Mario, I think he's understanding. That makes sense. In the club, when you try to approach them, they agree or reject you. Let's see. I'm skipping people. What's up, Mike Johnson? Mike from Dayton. Volume sucks. Turn your volume up there, brother. Let me check just to make sure I do have this set on the blue ball. Yep, it's on the blue ball. It's good. And I'm not gonna stick my face in the damn thing. It is what it is. All right, Leon, how do you feel when you received that car from that female? I received several cars, and the first time it was cool. It was actually really cool. After that, it was just ordinary. Like, for example, the female that was my back door, I drove her SUV for like a year. She had a company car. What happened to my car? I gave it to my ex-wife. I always took care of my family first. Then I took care of myself. Call it cupcaking, I don't care. How's mom's doing after her surgery? My mom, she just can't. She actually was moving okay the other day. She's moving better, but she's getting better. I'm not going to read that one by Mike Johnson. Because I see that in the African American community. Because black dudes are pussies too. Raised by their mamas. That's why they argue with you online. They probably start shaking their head like women, putting their hands on the hips. MK Ultra, that's Remo. Only players exist. PUA is nothing but feminine energy masquerading as masculinity. That's interesting. I never thought of it that way there, brother. I just thought it was just a scam. Here's the thing. If you throw enough shit against a barn door, eventually some of it's going to stick. And that's what I equate PUA to. You go up enough girls' faces, eventually one girl's going to like you a little bit and give you some. It's not, and as you guys remember Mystery Show? That guy Cosmo? One of my students actually trained under Cosmo. And then he came to me. You guys remember Game? Okay, so Cosmo said, or actually a girl said to Cosmo on that first show, it's not what you said, but how you looked. And he was an attractive Hispanic male. Depeche, most perversions. Okay, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have read that. What Greece said. Let's not attack other cultures. Let's get back on point here. Homo, incest, tranny shit. Furry animals. I got another question Mario's asking. Let's see. I'm always getting, yeah, I did the homosexual thing. Let's see. Do you go to Club Sagan? I think he's talking to Mario. Angelo. Supreme, you once said kissing means nothing for women. So if you're in a club, I said that because a lot of girls, they end up kissing a guy, but then they don't call him afterwards. And the guy thought, oh, she kissed me. So I'm trying to show you the difference between men and women. It's not a big deal for her to kiss you because she can still forget about you the next day. Okay? Does that make sense? I just got a piece of mail I need to check out. Okay, so Supreme, you once said kissing means nothing for women. So if you're in a club dancing with a female, she tells you she has a boyfriend, but she still chooses you, can you at least kiss her? Think, why did she tell you she had a boyfriend? Was that to warn you that she has a boyfriend, but will still fuck? Or is it tell you that don't try to do anything? You got to figure that out. Mario, the black homosexuals usually holler at me from the streets. They're bold now. Mike Johnson, any advice for older males dating like 60 and above? Well, I'm 57. It's the same. Well, if you're trying to date your own age of females, I recommend you use online dating because there are a ton of them on there. These women don't want to go to clubs, remember? They don't want to go to events unless it's like a live music event. As the old school, you know, you'll find a lot of older women that go to find a live music club in your town. You'll find, if you're 60, you can date down to late 40s and 50s, okay? So that's cool. There are a lot of attractive women in their late 40s that'll date a 6-year-old open dating. I see it all the time in my town. So find a live music event. They usually have like festivals, but live music brings out us old heads, as they call us. Also, online dating. That's where a lot of old women are going to. I had a profile before the troll or somebody, some hater, exposed it. They saw the name of it, and I was showing you all the women that were sending me emails. One was this beautiful. She was beautiful. Older woman. And I was actually showing fellas on my forum, you know, I was showing elements of my conversation with her. I wasn't going to do anything with her, but I was bringing her along, and I was showing you guys, teaching them basically how to talk to girls online. And somebody ratted me out on that. I had a troll come join my forum. It was not the Eddie guy, but there was a couple of guys back then that were in that crowd. You guys remember that Eddie dude? Anyway, and then someone actually ratted the entire account out. I'm using my backup account I had because someone said that younger women won't write you. So I made a young account with a younger age at it. Age is now an older account, but it was at like 37. That was about 10 years ago, something like that. So anyway, I had 28-year-olds, 24-year-olds writing to me. So I proved that fella wrong. And that's the only account that I have now. That's why I've been very protective of it. So anyway, use online dating. I can attest to it. The first account I had was set at my actual age. And this happened about, I don't know, about a year ago, 2 years ago, somewhere in there. So I'm 57, so I was 55. So I know about older women. Let's see. Mario, the volume is low. Sorry about that. My blue mic is plugged in. This is one of the best mics on the planet. It's not near my face, but it picks up everything. I even have a fricative screen. But I'll take the screen away, see if that does anything. Jason Sink, Supreme. What was that book by that car salesman you recommended for business? Yeah. The Greatest Salesman in the World. And let me see if I can Google that real quick for you. Or let me go to Amazon. Fuck that. Now the blue mic is in my way. Blue ball mic. There we go. Jill Gerard. That's the author, Jill Gerard. Look for Jill Gerard, the greatest salesman in the world, okay? Fuck. I hope this isn't continuing the last one. Because you guys' earlier comments came through. Tracy. It happened again, Uncle Supreme. A girl came up to me when I was on my break smoking and said, "How are you?" And I just nodded my head. Why are you fucking with them, man? Tracy? I need to thank you, Tracy. You're the reason why I opened up my fan page. I'm going to start doing shows from there. She wanted to say more, but her friends called her over because they were leaving to go to another club. I was working, though, and I was just tired. You should have pulled out your phone and given it to her as she was leaving. You got to learn to think like a player. A player is going to take any situations in and play it for the best. That's why I say players are in business. They take any situation in, they figure out how to make it work for them. I went to enter dating. I'm in this situation. I figured out how to make it work for me. I back engineered. I used my head. I didn't do a dude thing. What's better, online dating or nightclubs? Nightclubs. For young male, nightclubs. Most definitely. Optimus MGTOW. Depends on your lifestyle. If you have time, go out. Also Supreme. Tracy says, I like this girl who's a regular. She's friends with the magicians. What kind of club is that? How should I go about it? That means you've sold your balls, Tracy, as you normally do. I think you should go ask Corey Wayne, as Grease says. Because I give you the advice, you don't listen to me. You got a crush on a chick. I don't do crushes unless the girl has a crush on me. So obviously she's not choosing you. If she's not choosing, what are you going to do? I'm not going to tell you go up and hoe chase her. You won't get that out of me. Okay? I don't give that. I don't do that. You'll never get that out of me, man. Optimus MGTOW. Just make sure if you go out, you look money and feel money. If not, stay your ass at home. Optimus MGTOW also says, I've been busy with work, so I cyber pimp, LOL. For me, it's a numbers game, and I've pulled some cyber snatch. So that means Optimus Prime is hoe chasing. And that's actually what my coaching was more about, how to do it successfully. Because chicks, you know, when they swipe you on Tinder, that means that's choosing right there. If chicks view you, on POF, that's choosing. They've already chose up because they saw the photo, they looked at your profile. So then it's time to craft a sneaky message, get them to start responding to you. That's what my coaching is used for. Mario, some girls will tell you they have a boyfriend to see if you give up easily. I've fucked several girls who told me they had a boyfriend. I'm very persistent though. Some girls admire it. Some girls don't like it. Yeah, some girls like it because they're not sluts. Okay? Not all girls are sluts. They'll cheat on their men. Optimus, if you go out, you have to look money, feel money. That's a double. You repeated yourself, Optimus. Staying ready. I know smoke hot chicks won't give me eye contact unless they see me with a woman. What you think about that, player? You tell me. Why? Explain to me why that happens, and I'll tell you if you're correct. I'm waiting for Staying Ready to answer my question. Again, Staying Ready, I'm waiting for you to answer my question. Exactly. You're right. Now let me elaborate on that also. Chicks, hot chicks, they're all into getting you to look at them. They want to steal your look from your girl. When you do that, and you've done that, because obviously you notice that you're choosing, you've done diminished your girl that you're with. And you diminish yourself because they got you to look at them and give them eye contact. They've got you to sell her ass down the drain like she's nothing. And they're all about just you proving to them or showing your worship of their hotness. That's why I don't do that. And I can't stand it when I see a white chick with a black dude and I walk in and they're trying to give me eye contact. It still happens to me now, especially since I've lost weight. Chris Puckett, okay. He's watching the show right now. I just read your email. Expensive way to go, but okay. Tracy, Supreme, I notice at work I get a lot of choosing from all types of girls. Tracy likes to, get reassurance that he's attractive from girls. That's why he always types that bullshit. Okay, Staying Ready. Probably because, Mari, I don't agree with the only 10s can get 10s. I think girls have types that they go for. I don't have a problem with that belief. Because there are some chicks who are dimes that date down because the guy has certain qualities. Optimus MGTOW. But and in general, the guy may not be a 10 in looks, but he's a 10 in energy. That's what you'll find out. If he's a negative kind of guy, you won't see a dime with a negative kind of dude that, that has no confidence about himself, that's feminized, that's weak. You see dimes with more successful kind of guys. And some of those dimes know the value of their looks. They're called hoes because they go for guys who are successful. Look at Trump's wife. Trump's wife is a hoe. I'm not going to go into her past being a call girl, but how do you think she landed that ugly bastard? Do you think she's attracted to him by his looks or his bank account? And he knows the power of that, as he stated in his recent debacle of that, because you're famous, you can go up to girls and do all this shit. Grab them by the pussy. I can't imagine that. Those tiny little hands. Optimus. I got in that flow you were talking about, Supreme. I was working at a music festival and met all kinds of people. I love music festivals, Optimus. That's a great event to do. Yeah. Good job on that one. Alex. What's up, Preem? Long-time subscriber for many years. Then all of a sudden my subscription was gone. Just found you recently. Good to see you still working. Yeah, my channel was gone. Got in trouble for copywritten material on there. Way back when I first started the shit. Optimus. If you look at the actual channel name, this is not the original channel. Optimus, I was talking to everyone there. Young, old, hot, ugly. My convo was on point. And that's what I try to get you guys to do. At the top of your game, you don't have to hold chase. You just socialize. And I hate putting that out there because guys, and I've seen it, they think they're ready to start they turn the socializing to hoe chasing. Because they still haven't figured the shit out. That chicks do the choosing, and they don't like to believe that, I guess. Tracy, Supreme, I notice at work, I'm getting, a lot. That's nice. That's nice, Tracy. You jelly, Supreme. That's Supreme. He said that he called her on another phone. She said she was afraid that she would get addicted to him. LOL. Oh, okay. Supreme, my friend Mike, the 5-foot person I mentioned last time we talked, he was telling me the other day that this really good looking MILF put him on call block after he had sex with her. Then he goes on to say, he said when he called her on another phone, she said she was afraid she would get addicted to him. I just did a podcast show on my forum I'm going to put up this morning. A brother's looking for help because he's talking to a chick on the phone he hadn't met yet. And he said, what am I do? I'm only 5'5". He took his issues and put his bullshit on her. Like she's been talking to this guy and really getting interested in him. Like it's going to matter to her just because it matters to him. Mike, your thoughts on Tom Leykis and his 101 rules? I don't do Tom Leykis. Tom Leykis is a guy that's got fame, he's got money, and there are chicks that will go for him. They're hoes. They're groupie types. Either groupies or hoes. So that's not real game to me. I do, yeah, you're right, he's not a player, or a pickup artist. He's not a player either. He's a famous dude because of his job, and that attracts chicks. When you do a channel, there are girls that are attracted to you. I've had that. Jason Singh. Supreme. Did another player in the club ever steal your girl? No. Or you ever steal one of theirs? I didn't know to do that, but I did that in Vegas. That's one of the girls that laced me up also. The photo of me with that chick hanging on my sweater. She bought that sweater. I'm wearing a matching South Pole, the old brand sweatsuit. I was at an outdoor club. I think I was wearing the pants too. Excuse me. She paid for that. She flew me to LA, but she was married. She come down. away from her family and have sex with me and go back. And I just got tired of it. I'm not a bitch. But it was fun for a while. She also put money in my account because her husband was making 18 grand a month. That was back in the days of pay phones and the new cell phones, or he got into cell phones and shit like that. Calling cards. Aren't dimes a waste of time? No. Not all. I've got a habit of avoiding dimes because I don't want to waste my energy on them. Hey, I feel you. I've been with dimes, and I don't prefer dimes, to be honest with you fellas. Because of how society's done them. I've run into some nice ones, though. But the sex with them is not that good. Excuse me. Tracy Supreme, that girl, she chose up. Okay, Tracy. Half Anaconda. I don't want to get rejected. I'd rather find someone easier to pull. I agree. There's Chris. Mario, same experience I've had. Excuse me. Let me drink this coffee. Mario says, I've only banged 2 dimes my whole life. The pussy wasn't as good as my thicker girls, and the thin dimes can't take dick and aren't as open-minded in bed. I like thicker girls too. I've been with thin girls. I dated thin chicks for a long time. And I've had them, whine about, gave my cervix a headache. You knocked my cervix back. But they're open-minded in bed. I didn't have a problem with that. Just that I like to feel flesh, like you, obviously. And, when they had like a bone, I always went for girls that had a booty, a little bit of booty, but when you grab the whole thing in your hand, I got big hands, but it just wasn't like I always told girls, a sea of ass. Half on Conant says, I'm not into hoe chasing or working hard. There you go. Neither was I. But that's why I was also dominant. Submissive women are feminine women. Women with masculinity in them, they'll come up to dudes now and snatch a dude off the chair. I'm not into masculine chicks. Optimus. One of my homies told me conversation rules the nation, and I live by that. Exactly. Conversation is king in the game. I told you guys what a player sells. Good dick and good conversation. Okay? Third thing is more advanced, dreams, but we're not going to talk about that. A player sells good dick, good conversation. In order to sell some good dick, you got to have good conversation with her. If you have trouble with conversation, that's why your game sucks ass. F Anaconda, Supreme, how do you break bitches in nightclubs? Which is one of the hardest things to do because chicks are attached to the hips. She gotta want to be with you to break away from her friends. So what have you got to do to impress that female? She's got to want to break away from her friends. And I lost your comment because you guys are talking too fast. You Jelly Supreme, my friend Mike. Okay, I've read that. I'm trying to find my place again. Supreme, another player. Nope. I've never had a girl stolen from me. Let me see if I can show you guys something while I'm at this. Scene 1. these are females I've been with, but do I look like someone is gonna try to fuck with me? Do I look like the kind of guy that you're gonna try to steal his chick that he's working on? So look at how I look. When you look at a photo, you got to take in everything. Take in the energy. Or do I look like I was serious as a heart attack about my game? Hope that answers your question. Did I also look like I'm the kind of dude that bows to women? Or do you think women bowed to me? What kind of women do you think approached me? Actually didn't approach me, but gave me choosing. I remember most of my ladies were white chicks, or they're half white, half Hispanic. I had a lot of those. But basically, white chicks. Optimus. Keep in mind, I've been hooking up with Yellowbone, with a Nad Yellowbone, so my confidence is to the roof. I was treating every broad at the carnival like a nobody and then pulled. That's what works. There, fellas. Tracy, Supreme, that girl, she chose up, but I was working. You repeat yourself. Oh, God damn it. Hold on a second, fellas. Okay, I'm trying to find my place. Mara banged 2 dimes in his whole life. The pussy wasn't good. As my thicker women, I read that. And I found that to be true, too. All the dimes. It's because they think too much in their heads. They're always worried about their beauty. They don't want to eat to fuel their bodies. So they don't want to keep their weight a certain way. One of the chicks had her own swimsuit model, or her own swimsuit calendar. Although she ate healthy, she was the most relaxed I'd ever been with of the dimes. The first dime I ever had, she lay there like a board. Worst sex, she was the worst. Also one of the hottest, but one of the worst. Another one, she was a dime too. She was Portuguese. Her dad was Cape Verdean. That's why I knew she had some black in her. And I finally figured out, after I started dating Jovina, who's from Portugal also, that she did have black in her. Because she had that ass. But anyway, she cried every time we had sex. Because all Catholicism, those programmed up in her. Worst sex. Let's see. How do you break bitches from the club? What's up, Chris? Alex Pring. What's your take on hooking up with foreign women overseas? Overseas? I've never hooked up with women overseas because only overseas I've ever been to was Japan as a kid. But I have met foreign women in my country. And the last one, she was from that place Jean-Claude Van Damme's from. She spoke French. Actually, I fucked a friend too, and her friend spoke Swahili, of all things. But I only fucked her friend because, I was trying to teach the first one a lesson. And in bed she said, "See boom, see boom," which I think is French for "it is good." Lots of dudes heading to the DR, Brazil. Yeah, a lot of dudes are heading to Brazil, and those women down there, if you want feminine, fine fucks, go there. DR, they're going for the mixture of the black and the Latin. Yeah, you get a better mixture in in Brazil. The mixture of the native and the black. Yeah. Plus, the surgery down there is cheap, so you got to make sure it's a chick, though. Because some of them are dudes. Supreme, we're all the same height in bed. Thank you, Jelly. Optimus, random question. This yellow bone girl, you're talking about red bones. She's yellow skinned, but we call them red bones, man. I don't know where you got the fuck. I thought you were white, Optimus. I'm talking who said black females have bigger snatches. True? Any studies out there? Yeah. Yeah. With the sisters I've had, they are a little bit larger. Like Asians are smaller, but they're made for Asian men. Blacks, we have bigger dicks. Our women are made for us, to handle us. I looked and felt the same. Well, you'll notice that if you hit the bottom, there's like extra cavity back there that sisters have. They seem like they're a little bit deeper. Not by much, though. The tightest pussy I've ever had, I had to shoehorn my dick in this chick. She was a white chick, actually Italian. She was the tightest. And her shit was like a vice. And I had to use every ounce of my mind power not to bust. That's the only chick that could ever take my orgasm without, if I didn't watch my control. The only one I ever struggled with, I should say. Supreme, Luke Cage was really good. Diamondback was an amazing villain, and Rosario Dawson is hot, man. I like the sister. I know Rosario Dawson is a black Latin, but I like the sister that was on there, and I like her boss because I'm older. I like older women too. Rosario Dawson, I've seen her before. She's just okay. She's not all that to me. Hey Supreme, thanks for the advice on the forum. It went well, and she thanked me for putting her in her shoes, as she respects me like that. See, that's the one that took my advice. Tell us more about what happened. Well, explain to the fellows, if you could, so they can see an example of what I teach. Well, let me do it. Ram had a female, and I'll go to the forum real quick. See if I can find his post. How to tune up a female. To remember everything. Okay, so in his post, I see my main girl no more than twice a week while hunting for new women, Ram says. I see her on Friday, and she wants me to meet her core group of friends this Saturday, but I said no. My weekend's booked with 2 coffee dates. I've attached the text messages. And he wanted advice on how to, tune that bitch up. Because she was talking some shit to him over the shit. But she's also submissive. She said, if you don't mind me sharing this, Ram, let me know. I'll stop. Don't worry. I always be beside you. It's just that it's very important to me for them to get to know you and you get to know them. And I don't do that either. I've had women try that shit on me. No, I'll remain a mystery. Thank you. But my utmost priority is what you say and your decision. Now that we are together, most of my decision will involve your go signal or not. And I had a woman, say those almost very words to me. And we did the call girl thing. So she's submitting to Ram, Brother Ram. So Ram's got a submissive female that he worked with. And this was a test because she started talking shit about, I'm going to deduct points and shit like that for him not doing it. I don't know what Ram said, but maybe he'll share with you. But I gave him advice of what to do. And I said, this bitch is testing you. You need to put it back in her place. And looks like it worked. Either it would work or it wouldn't work. from what I can tell, she's submissive, and she needs a strong man. Optimus, I pulled multiple dimes, and the next dime is only easier for me. Wait, hold on. Let me copy Ram's comment, and let me put this on my fan page. Optimus MGTOW. Supreme, have you ever... No, I pulled a couple of dimes. In willing to say the sex was whack, Pillow Princess. Supreme, he also says, have you ever pulled a broad from Bachelor Party? Yes. Yeah. I've tried multiple times here in Austin. I've done a couple times. Once in Lake Tahoe. You guys heard of Lake Tahoe. And the chick that was in Vegas. She was dancing with another black dude. I went up and I took her from the other guy, started dancing with her. She was a professional dancer. I studied dance, so we were a better match. But she was actually there with her sisters for a bachelorette party. That's why she had to sneak me into her room. Plus, I was black, and she was married. And I told you the story. She had a suite because they were rich, and I'm behind these big curtains that she had the glass all the way across the room practically. And then my black ass naked with my ass to the fucking world out there, hiding behind their curtains with a hard on, and my big feet sticking out underneath the curtain. And their sister kid came to the door. I hid behind there. I'll never hide like a fucking coward like that again. But that was one funny moment from my past that I can laugh about. Tracy, Uncle Chris, you called him by my first name, huh? I don't know you like that, man. Uncle Supreme, I do listen to you. That's the reason why I just ask you a load of questions, because I need to gain knowledge to use in the field. Optimus, looking solid in that leather and pose and all, boss. Thank you, Optimus. Jason Singh, Supreme, where do you draw the line on disrespect from friends? I cut a lot of friends off because they're snakes. Yeah, Jason, keep cutting. If they can't respect you as a man, they don't need to be your friends. Okay? Always try to pull me. Yeah, get rid of those friends. Hey, Ram. This your brother Singh? You guys don't you have the same last name, Singh? That's a common name in the East Indian culture. There's a fellow at the gas station. I talked to Mr. Singh. What is the correct way to address in Punjabi someone with the last name Singh? I learned the words Shriman and Shrimati, and I learned another word, Shukriya, for thank you. So what's the correct way to address, if I want to say good morning, Mr. Singh? I don't think you guys use the title Mr. I try to respect all cultures, all people, and I give him the title Mr. Singh. He's one of the workers that work there. He's an older male, not older than I am, but I still give him props. Optimus MGTOW, the circle gets smaller the smaller as you age. Yeah. Those ain't friends if they are snakes. It gets smaller and smaller on good-looking women, too. Jason, yeah, can't trust no one. Mike Johnson, stay away from Filipino women. I'm retired Air Force. See a lot of guys, hey, Mike, I already know that. I've already preached my guys about Filipino women. Filipino women have game. My son is actually married to a Filipino girl, and she did because he had a bunch of girls he was fucking with. So to weed him out, she got pregnant. And I hope she don't see this, because they found my fucking channel. Supreme, why did you avoid sisters? I didn't. They didn't go to white clubs. I have fucked a few sisters, and a couple of people like Tracy, mulattoes. But also, I was married to one. And my game was easier, and also I like white women. In Texas, we call them yellow bone, soy mexicano. Oh, didn't know that. To us, red bone and yellow bones are different. Really? Beyonce would be a yellow bone to us. I'm learning something new. So, to add half on a con, I didn't avoid sisters, but I did prefer white chicks. The prettiest girl I ever saw, and I actually told her this, was a dark-skinned sister. And I didn't separate dark-skin, light-skin, although the women that I did know, two chicks were dark-skinned. And my ex-wife, she was my complexion in between. So I've been with both. A red bone to us would be like a girl that looks mixed with black and Mexican with long, shiny hair, huh? Well, that's Texas for you. As far as I know, in traditional black society, red bone, and I've seen it, I've talked to other brothers across the globe, across the states, was a what you call a yellow bone. So you're saying a red bone in Mexico or in Texas is a Blaxican. Ram, yeah, it was tuning the female. Yeah, share it. I set her down, explained to her, I appreciate being told about the minus points. Then I said, you're a good woman, and kissed her. She started crying and said she's going to make up for it. You mean you didn't appreciate being told about the minus points? She sucked my dick and took me out shopping. You can feel the happiness, right? You made it, Ram. And Ram's someone who did coaching with me, by the way, to Chris out there. So, again, you've made it, Ram. Look, his chick tried to test him. What'd he do? He followed my advice. She sucked his dick, apologized, and took him out shopping. Now, you show me some other teacher that can do that for his clients. Fuck that shit. It's a great feeling when women are afraid to disappoint you. Yes, it is. That's how I live. When your words can bring them heaven or hell. When your mouth is their prayer book, as we say in high school. When I was a kid, they always talk about a girl that guys we're dogs. We try to, get girls to cheat on their boyfriends. And that was in high school too. And they would say, you can't break that lock. She's devoted to X. His mouth is her prayer book. When the girl's totally devoted to one of the brothers. Ram says it's a middle name. That's Hindi. Oh, yeah. I guess it was a Hindu woman that taught me that. Sorry. You could say Kidha. Kidha or Kidha? It looks like Kidha, so Kidha. Thank you, Ram. Jason, I'm Guyanese and live in USA. You have a East Indian last name. Are you an East Indian that was born in Guyana? Like in that movie, Mississippi Masala? Brothers, I've lost weight and I can't sit on these hard chairs anymore. I'll be right back. Yep, I had to use a fucking pillow. But it's a good thing. I used to not be able to sit when I was 159 pounds for nothing. I couldn't sit on hard chairs at all. Kidha. 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 You have to coach me on that one. Ming, what's up? Oh, good, thanks. Kidha. Jason, my family Hindu, but I'm an atheist. Okay. I thought Singh was also a Punjab name too. Tracy, Supreme, how do you switch on a good vibration? Or how do you stay in a good state of being? I'm very See, if you woke up in the morning and did what I told you to do, what I tell you to do when you wake up in the morning? You do that, your day should be set. You start your day out the moment you wake up. Here's her reply. I want a man who can stand up and decide and make a say for both of us. I like that kind of female. That's my kind of female, Ram. Catch Polly. How you doing, Brother Spring? What's up, Catch? How do you do with cock-blocking female friends after a woman gives you choosing your approach the club? That's the hardest thing. You gotta find your way to work around it and get away from her. You could, beckon her to you, get away from her friends. She'll come. Just go like this, beckon her. She'll come over to you if she's a submissive kind of female. If she's an aggressive type, she may stay there, but try beckoning her, see if that works for you. Alex, guys, stop having fear and just go out to meet these women. Dating sites are cool, but you're way more effective in person. Force these bitches to choose. Simple as that. I disagree with that. Just let them choose. Explain to me how you're going to force them to choose, Alex. Unless you're talking about, dressing well, having good confidence about yourself. Supreme, I'm not going to lie, but I've been going hard for about a decade strong. Okay, Optimist says. Jason, nope. There's a lot of sings, and it's different spelling though. I know your spelling is different than the spelling I'm used to, I think. Or maybe because you're not capitalizing. Okay, in Guyana, LOL. Well, a lot of East Indians moved to Africa. What I learned from that movie, Mississippi Masala. You might rent it. It was with Denzel Washington. It dealt with the problems of you guys lost your land over there and were forced out by Idi Amin and out of Africa and stuff like that and came to the States. Tracy Jackson, reassure, I'm a player. Exactly. Everyone, you answer your own question. Jason, most were West Indian, Asian, Black, and Indian mix, from my experience. Optimus. Interestingly, he points that out. Asian, Black, and Indian mixed. Optimus MGTOW. I have all kinds of women. 18-year-old me would not believe how many women. I think I have 1 or 2 more years of playing. See, I stayed in the game too long too. When you start getting old, it's time to find a female to settle down with. Ram, yes, the British took Indians to the islands for working on the plantations. That's why he did say Guyana. My bad. Still see the movie Mississippi Masala. So the British took people to the islands to work on plantations. I didn't know that. Were they indentured servants or were they slaves? What happened there, Jay? They're saying. Or who said that? Ram. What happened, Ram? And Ram's last name is Singh also, I believe. Preem, I live at my mom's still, and I only have a single bed. What do I do? I can't answer that for you. You got to figure it out on your own, man. I don't think you should disrespect your mother's house and be fucking bitches in your mama's house, but a lot of guys, that's the only way they can get laid. You need to get your own place. Have roommates if you have to. But you need to get out from under your mum. My mum? As you know, Tracy is a biracial brother in England. Got an English mummy. Optimus MGTOW. One thing I am worried about is settling down and then giving in to the hoes on the side. I'm loyal, but my married player friends said I will cheat too. It's hard. It's hard to be with just one female. I will attest to that. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, and I even failed at it because I had a back door off and on. MK Remo. I realize I really have to go out solo. Going out with friends really messes up your game. I told you that years ago. Especially when you walk the path as a man. It's cool to have comrades. Yeah, it's cool to have comrades, but I love going out alone. I wasn't afraid to go to different clubs. I wasn't even nervous either. I would have been when I was younger, though, like your age. Alex, fixing yourself, working out, yeah, looking good, and talking to women in person, yeah. I don't say that's forcing. That's just giving them something to choose to me. MK Ultra says, but some things you got to do on your own, yeah. I agree with that. Tracy, I prefer having a single bed because we have no choice but to spoon. I would get a queen size bed or a full size bed. It's more comfortable. I know you can't afford a king, but at least get a full. What we call a full in this country. Don't know what that is over there. A single bed. Well, you're young. Never mind. You're also in England. Optimus, I would like to remain loyal. Also, I'm 32. What's the youngest you would recommend I marry? Well, you don't have kids. You're getting kind of old, man. You don't want to be a 7-year-old dad. That's embarrassing. When your kid's 20. So do the math. Jason. Yeah, Guyana was under control of British for 70 years. Fuck. Here it goes. I'm going to look at the map of Guyana. If I can figure out how to fucking spell it. I believe Ivan Van Sertima was from... I think he was from there. Okay, it's on the coast, looks like. West Coast. We have Venezuela. We have Brazil. The capital is Georgetown. Yeah. Dr. Ivan Van Sertima was from Guyana. All right. Ram says, no, it's my middle name. Your middle name is Singh. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. All Caribbean islands were under the Brits at some point. Remo's father is from Antigua. Antigua? Is that how you say it? At least I remembered it. Ram, they exploited the Indians and took them there by force. That means slavery, basically, then. Let's see. Jason, my cousin watch you, and he's a fucking Mac. Cool. He told me to watch you to help out my game. Ram S, remember the British raped, murdered, and backstabbed. We had no control. I don't know your full history. I know they did conquer you guys and did a lot of shitty shit to you. I've seen a lot of, in results of that, I was on vacation, saw a East Indian guy. He looked like a British. He was real light-skinned. He was one of the head wobblers, but he looked like a little British man. And I've seen that, a lot of that. I thought it was through marriage. I didn't realize there was a lot of raping went on. MK, it's not hard for some guys. Optimus, lately. Yeah, I've been so busy studying African history that I forgot to study your history too there, Ram. Lately but I do know about some of it, that I recall. And I can't remember the word. The ancient texts. I studied it, looked at the ancient texts that was going on, and way back in the history. And there was a word they used, Veramanos, something like that. Okay. Optimus. Lately, I've been pulling broads in their young 20s. They are fun, but in reality, that shit is just a joyride. And I'm 32 and thinking nothing below 25, 26. I wish I had your game at 32. I was fucking aerobic students. I was just starting getting to clubs. I hadn't reached my full power yet. Catch Polly. I've noticed some black women don't give you eye contact. Some. The majority in the club, even though they're interested, but them Latinas and white Americans will choose yes. That's why I've told some brothers, fuck them. Go where the choosing's strongest. To my sisters, sorry. You guys are acting foolish, trying to be all this and that, and not giving it the proper choosing signals, so fuck you. What's up, Michael? Ram, they also took Indians to Jamaica and bred them with black slaves. Oh. Really? I didn't know that. So we have Jamaican Indians. Those are, okay. Our Jamaican brothers had it really bad, as when the slave trade ended, they were still forced to work in the plant. I didn't know anything about this, man. MK, yeah, yes, like the Trinis and, how do you say the word? Began people? Began? And Jason says, yeah. Tracy, Uncle Supreme, and Tracy's father is Jamaican. Also, Remo. Although yours from Antigua, but his father is, Jamaican. I meant to say that for Greece. Those two's parents are Jamaican. Uncle Supreme, can you give me an assignment for this week? I think it's the best way for me to learn. MK. Oh, shoot. You remember, LOL, yes, Antigua. Thank you. I watched one of the videos coming off your island. One of the dance videos, the celebration stuff. I heard they're treating Indians in Britain like, fuck. Like they're treating blacks over here in the U.S. A lot of racism. Let's see. MK Ultra. Man, I can't give up on the sisters. Hey, I respect that, man, a lot, and you're doing okay with it. So some other brothers, they just, I did better. I love my sisters, but there's too much bullshit in the black community now. Although, if I were to, as I told you guys when I was trying to get out the game, I was looking for assists. That's why I went up those two mulattoes. MK, and I was being racial about it. It's better to settle down with your own kind. Just let you know. Like, I can't go fully into the black consciousness movement or the the movement that benefit blacks because I have Jovina. How about I look showing up with Jovina? If Jovina would look like her sister, then I'd be okay. Her sister looks like she's a mulatto. But it is what it is. MK Ultra, they make it easy. They are just too masculine, lack femininity. Let's see what he's talking about. But they make it easy. They're just too masculine and lack femininity. I think he's talking about white chicks. Michael has a comment. Optimus, sorry, Mike. If you're too busy looking at what you like and they don't like you, then you're in a dream world. Optimus, we have a place in Austin, Texas called 6th Street. It's a street with multiple bars and cheap drinks. It's next door to University of Texas. I did a lot of trial and error, so the game got strong. Jason, I'm attracted to black and Latina girls. Is the black inside of you as well? You have black blood? Not going back to the beginning of the development of your race, but recent. When the Africans left Africa, the first place they settled of large numbers, besides Yemen, was, or Middle East as they call it, was India. And then the Asiatics moved in, and there was a crossbreeding going on. That's why our Indian brothers have melanated skin. MK Ultra. Sorry, Optimus. You can party on the 6th of any day of the week, but the beat days are Thursday, Friday. Yeah, that's the way it is out in Sacramento. MK Ultra. But I do well with non-American sisters. It's the American ones that are masculine. Oh, so you're talking about sisters? Yeah. Okay. And that I agree with. Fuck RSD says they train rapists. Optimus, I speak languages, so it gets me into different scenes. Michael, RSD, and all that PUA stuff is not going to work on a guy who's average looking. Yes. Sing, one of my grandfathers is black. Okay. So you do have, I was wondering what drew you to black women. It's in the blood, brother. It's in the blood. Just let it flow, man. It's an energy. 6th Street is good, but I really have stopped going to college bars. Maynard says, so I guess he's down there with you there, Optimus. You two need to hook up. Teach him some game, brother. Read his comment. 6th Street is good, but I really have stopped going to college bars. Instead, I go to lounge. I basically studied to be a dancer, or I studied dance, so I like to dance. I need to move my female. That's how I tested her for her submissiveness, and that's how I also turned her on. As I told you fellas, I used to be able to get women off on the dance floor, get them orgasms. So that's where I developed my game. At one point, I didn't have a verbal game, I had a dance game. Then, as I got older, those knees ain't doing the same thing. And I started going to, they closed the America Live Club that I was doing my dance game at, and I had to start dancing on the regular floor with the ordinary folks. So I realized I had to develop my verbal game. I started getting better at verbal shit. Tracy, fuck, I forgot to ask Supreme, why are black guys the best lovers? Used to be. I don't think we're the best lovers anymore. But here's what I've heard from white women. No, I won't say that. It's not just the difference in size. That's not it. It's that black guys are more physical and verbal. Okay? Is it because we're very spiritual? No, that's nothing to do with it. Our spirituality. Jason, I like Jamaican girls, more feminine. Ram, I emailed you a recent BBC TV show on British Empire. Okay, thanks. I'll check it out when I finish. Am I still broadcasting? Because my clock says 37 minutes, 41 seconds. Camera's still working. Ram says it's debate. Optimus, I still love women, but they don't get me going like they used to. You're getting burned out. Now it's time to get paid by these women. When you get burned out on fucking, it's time for these women to bring something to the table. That's what happened to me. I got tired of being a good fuck. Pay me, bitch. MK, the only spots that usual stay popping are black clubs, and we know how that can be sometimes. Yeah. Optimus, who's in Austin? Maynard, he's in Austin. He's right below your comment. I tried dancing Latin music and do very well with it, but I have a military injury, so I upped my verbal. But I could throw down some bachata. Optimus says I work downtown too. Tracy, do you like Mr. Robot TV? I watched the first season. He didn't sell me the idea that he was really autistic. His acting seemed like an actor who's trying to be autistic that forgets. So I stopped watching it. It would have been a good concept if you could just play the autistic portion of his personality better, Tracy. I'm surprised they show that over there. Actually, shouldn't be, because I watch your shows. I used to watch your version of Sherlock Holmes, and I've lost touch with it, so I've been watching the American version. I actually like it. I don't know if that guy, I don't think he's actually English, though. How's his accent? It seems really genuine to me. Optimus. I'm in B, but I go to Austin a lot. Optimus. Nice. That is my hometown. I just went to ACL this weekend. 2 guys are meeting. Ram, Mr. Robot. The first 2 episodes were good. Then it died down. Yeah. Visual Sing. Okay, is this a convention of sings here, man? There's 3 of you in the room. They're visual. One of your brothers that was born in South America, in Guyana. Then we have Ram, that's his middle name. And then we have you, visual. Oh, now is Depeche. Where's Depeche at? Oh, I think it's a different last name, though. Tracy. Wait a minute. Oh, fuck. The word. Ram, I forgot. Just that quick. Because I didn't use the fucking word. To visual. Kita. Did I get it right, Ram? Is that the right way to say it? Arrow and Lucifer is big down here. Well, I like Lucifer. That is my favorite show. I stopped watching Arrow last season. I just started up again on this season. I downloaded last season. I'm going to catch up on it. I got bored. It looks like they got rid of the brother off there. I knew that was going to happen sooner or later. I got tired of Diggle and his whining anyway. And it looks like they killed off the girl. I don't know what happened, but looks like it. Michael, Supreme, have you tried that site before? Beautiful People? No. They rate you on your appearance. I was on Hot or Not years ago. That's just a remake of that shit. Tracy, I never watch TV. I watch stuff on the internet. Yeah, I download my shows too. What does that mean? Ram? It means what's up in Punjab. So obviously you're not Punjab. And there's so many damn languages in India. Like Africa has, 100,000 different freaking languages. Every tribe has their own. Well, I thought I was being cool and saying something because your last name is Singh. Although that's, I understand that's Hindi. Hold on, fellas. Well, I know to work on the Punjabi fellow that I talked to at the gas station. I've made that mistake before by saying shukriya to a girl that wasn't. I guess the woman that taught me that, she's just Hindi. I thought it was Punjab, but the guy that at the gas station knew what I was talking about though. When I said shukriya, in fact, all the guys, you speak our language? And I guess they won't talk shit. They can't talk shit. They think I speak the language, so they can't talk shit about me. Just say Satsri Akal. It's a formal hello. Satsri Akal. Thank you. This is going on my notepad along with Kidha. Just say hola. Hola. You guys don't use hola. That's Latin. Come on, visual. I'm really happy for you, Ram. This is what you need to roll like a real player, man. So congratulations on that female and putting her in her place. All these Spanish girls teaching me. Yeah. That would be an interesting mixture. East Indian and Spanish, because you guys look alike. There's a girl at the grocery store I call the ghetto store. She's East Indian, but I thought she was Hispanic when I first approached her. And then I saw the nose ring, and then the shape of her nose, and then also her name. But I think I said something in Spanish, and then I looked at her name, and I when I was thinking, I said Shukriya. And I think she understood. But I think she was trying to look like she was Mexican. Maynard, hey Supreme, change the topic. That's okay. I'm on my 4th Toastmaster speech and already am going up. Any tips before I go back on patrol? Yeah, get my public speaking product. It's only $10. take the tips I have in there. Then I can say right now, as a tip, Ram, I can feel it. Yeah. Optimus McDowell Supreme, how do I live convo Skype with you? You don't, unless you go through my store. I don't have a problem I need help with. I want to kind of clean up the Optimus MGTOW name, LOL, and explain myself a little. Join my site. It's $5, man. Ram. When I was in NYC, I couldn't tell the difference between Hispanic and Indian people. Yeah, it's amazing. A group of people from way across the world look like a group of people in this country. I also want to ask a few questions and get some opinion on things. That's a consultation there, bro. Yeah, that's consultation. You need a consultation. And I don't really do singles anymore. I just gave Chris the advice of you can use my donation and tell me it's for a consultation, so I know. And then that way, donate. My fee is $50 an hour. Okay, so you get the most out of your money. Maynard, I'll check it out. Visual Sing. I'm from Guyana. Not so familiar with the India culture too much. So, because you were in Guyana, you don't have the culture? They didn't keep the culture there? Visual? Did they keep the food at least? Optimus MGTOW mean holler. Let's spell it holla. Hola. MGTOW, MK Ultra, had a girl come talk to me because she was feeling a lot of emotional because another dude wasn't being straight with her. So she wanted to talk to you because she wanted to use you as an emotional tampon. What's going on, Remo? Tracy, fuck it. Supreme, I'm paying you. I'm gonna join your site tonight. The link's in the description, right? Go to my store. Actually, go to my site and then click on forum. Just do the playersupremeshow.info. Visual, yeah, only the food. So you guys lost your culture down there. Didn't know that. Is it just your family or the entire group of people of Indians that live in Guyana? Because I ran into a couple East Indian chicks, and they weren't gonna do the arranged marriage shit. They've been Americanized. They said hell no. MK Ultra, she wants to meet this week. I told her I want a real connection. She said the same. Should I still smash? Hell yeah. Chance for pussy, smash. Then let her talk shit after you done smashed it. Because you ain't had some in a while, man. Some people are into it, other families are not. That's probably going on in the Indian culture in the States. Kitty corner over here, there's the Indian family there. Their son, he was riding his bike, and they had dyed. He had like a faux hawk, and they dyed the top of his hair like he was one of the white kids. Visual, I'm from New York. Some people are into it, other families are not. Well, I know that in the States, it's harder for East Indian males. I think England is better. But I think in the States, you guys tell me, you guys live in the States, this whole stereotype of East Indian males, guys being nerds and geeks and all that shit. Tracy, Supreme, you'll get to see what I look like. About time, man. You should have joined a long time ago. MK Ultra, yeah, it's been a while. I don't give her much attention, so she's not using me as a tampon. Cool. Visual, Indians over here lost their culture. Ram, it's better in England. I agree. Optimus MGTOW. What is it like in Canada though, Ram? You have relatives there. Isn't it better I think everything's better outside the States myself, but the United States is like a hellhole. If you're not dumb society, you ain't shit, is what they think. Is Grease from the forum? Yes, he is. Optimus, I can do 50. It would be cool to pick up a few things. I'm worried about my privacy a little. I won't lie about that. What do you mean, privacy? Like I would give out your information? Is that what you're saying? Seriously? Oh, Tracy asks, is Grease on the forum? Yeah, he drops in. He has a membership there that's still active, and he comments every now and then. He said, at the point I was at one time, lacking patience, though. Guys asking, easy questions. I'm over it, and I'm back to being cool again. Because I realized there are no stupid questions. And guys just can't see it. It's easier in Canada as it's British colony, so there's more Indians down there. Yeah, British colony is the west coast over here by me. And I know the French have the other side. Ram, a lot of Indians in Canada? I'll answer that. Yeah, there are. I was up in the west coast. A lot of Indians were in the nightclubs. Tracy, yeah, I wouldn't come to England if I was an Indian because a lot of people are racist towards you people. Actually, it's better in England. You don't want to be in the States. I don't know if they're racist against Indians here. It's just that TV and the culture has given the East Indian folks a bad rep. I mean, East Indian males. I have seen blatant racism towards East Indian in England that I don't see in this country. In this country, the focus is on black. They're racist against blacks. I haven't seen any problems like that towards East Indian in my country. But for females, because they want white women, it's harder. I don't like the words "you people" though. I can't stand when someone says "you people" there, Tracy. That's insulting. Visual, cool. Got to check it out. Ram, does the Queen still have influence in the U.S.? No. Obama touched her. I guess you're not supposed to touch her because she's golden or some shit. Obama's wife touched her. They say that, we're an offshoot of the culture, and that's true. I think there's still white folks that, put UK on a pedestal, education-wise and culture-wise. And we kind of look on it as being, prim and proper. You drink your tea like this, and basically pussies. But still the center of our culture. But I don't think we worship the Queen over here. But I'm black. I heard it's a corporation and District of Columbia is still under British influence. I believe he's talking to Visual. Tracy, at least in the States, people are honest about their racism, while in the UK it's more sly. I agree with that. Ram, also they teach us anything about British. They don't teach us anything about British in America. They ain't nothing to say about British America. We kicked them out. Kicked their ass, kicked them out. Tracy, my mom used to date an Indian. Tracy, I'm going to say I hate it to Uncle Supreme. Catch Polly, interesting, Brother Supreme. The fact that some black women won't choose through bold eye contact can cause the amount of hoe chasing the black men. I agree, and that's what does it. Yeah. A lot of black men think hoe chasing is natural. Yeah. Well, chasing women is natural, but it's still a numbers game. There's nothing unnatural about chasing after pussy. That's what men do. What I try to teach is a more intelligent way to do it. Instead of put your bid in, all that work. If you want to do the work, knock yourself out, I'm not the channel for you, though. The tools I have will make you a better hoe chaser. You learn how to dress, you learn how to have conversation. If you can learn conversation techniques, you'll do better hoe chasing. Ram says, well, the British are cunning. That I agree with. If you're a Brit, you Brits are pretty fucking cunning. You're sly about your shit. That's why. That's one of the reasons why white folks rule the world. It's because of the Brits. They sit there and they think. They figure shit out. So, but we got to give them props for it. You know, they conquered my race. They conquered your race, Ram. Through that cunning. What I can't stand, though, they're so pompous about it, you know, so prim and proper about it. So snooty. UK is very disgusting. A lot of girls will fart like a dude. Really? Go days without showers. Ooh. Well, they don't do that in the States. I think women in the States are prettier and more attractive than women in the UK also. There's one girl that I like. I think she's Irish. Sammy J. YouTube Sammy J. She's about cute as a button. She looks like she's Irish. She does have a rounder face, but she got a really nice little body. She's a great singer. I just ran across her. I put some of her videos on the forum there, Ram. He also says, I'm glad you did. Looks like we're having a conversation, even though my clock is stuck. I guess it's just my computer. My browser that I'm using. But it looks like I'm still coming through. So as long as I'm still coming through, let me know if there's a problem. Just type it in there, and I'll reset it. British women are pale as hell. Well, everybody's pale in Britain, but you guys and the brothers. They're adapted to the climate. Go look at the people down, the British who moved to Australia. Their skin looks bad. They look like leather. And they got all these splotches all over their skin when they get older. They hardly brush their teeth, and diets are disgusting. Well, I heard that about the Brits, that their teeth, from a Brit, that their teeth are a joke. That's how he was making fun of his own people, basically. Ram, what race are you? Ram says Indian / Punjabi and Visual goes, oh. What's that O mean? Visual. What's up with the O? White people are not designed for us. No. That's a hot climate down there. Thank God we have stuff. They invented stuff like sunscreen. I never handshake a white man's hand down here. They never wash their hands. That happens in the States. I already talked about that. I used to ask the white dudes, why don't you guys wash your hands after you... Well, first, they spit in the urinal, not to get racial, and then wash their hands. They leave from the clubs. When I was bouncing, I noticed that. And that might be something coming out of the culture, European culture. But let's not bash on races here. He looked like a white guy on the forums. Ram doesn't look like a white dude on the forums. Actually, yeah, Ram is kind of pale. I'm sorry, Ram, you're kind of pale. I told you that. Especially to be Punjabi. Because I thought they were supposed to be the darkest from the south. And I believe his brother, can almost pass. So something happened in your gene pool, Ram. And I didn't realize you were on the forum, Visual. What's your screen name on the forum? Even anything, I look Mexican. Yeah. I can agree with that as well. Go live in Texas. You'll have a blast. Because Texas Mexican chicks are some of the hottest. They're hotter than the California. You have to look at what native tribe they're bred with. And, that's, in their background. The ones up north, the Indians, I guess they had barrel-shaped bodies because a lot of Latinas, they have the small boobs, flat ass, get a lot of gut fat. But in Texas, it all goes to the ass back there. Whatever is in their background, they're also lighter skinned, and they look really hot. Visual, my sister looks Latina. And goes, yeah, my brother looks like a Caucasian. Vidish 93. Okay. You don't post a lot. Why do you come to a forum for help and you don't post a lot? Because I barely recognize your name. Ram, are there any in Canada? Any what? Oh, you're new. Well, say something. Ask me a question or something, man. Remember, you don't want to come to my forum and lurk. That's been a pet peeve of mine since I started the whole thing. Actually, I wasn't like that in the beginning. We were a strong brotherhood. And we could post our photos, everything on the forum, and we were tight. Unfortunately, some trolls found me on YouTube. They came to my forum. They started trolling. Kind of ruined the brotherhood. And ratting on people. And nothing I can do about it. It goes, well, my game is good. Oh, okay. If I can't help you, okay. You want to make it better? One of the things that irritates me is when people suggest, hey, Supreme, you should listen to this dude. There's no person on this planet that can make my game any better. Well, I'm not in the game anymore, but when I was in the game, I reached the top of the game. What can they teach me? And usually it's some, PUA dude. And That's a joke. I was getting ready to ask them the same thing. What you working with, Visual? Show us your game on the forum, but don't leave footprints back to your females. 2 good girls and 1 MILF. See, other Indian brothers that are on the forum, Visual, could learn from you. You could do some good. Because I've been watching you for a while. From the old channel, yeah. If you've been watching me for a while, then you've learned a lot. So your game set, you got three females. You're good. Now we can make better there. As far as basic game is concerned. Michael Nolan, Supreme, I'm going to get your workout program to get that body back, and I'm getting laser surgery in a few weeks. I have 3 sessions with them. I'm going back to Toastmasters and sticking to BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Good. That's a great way to start. Is to do my shit's only $37. Do my 10 workouts. They're on audio file. You download them, put them in your iPhone, and you listen to what I say do. If you're unsure about the exercise, I have the exercises on the forum, or sorry, on the site. But just follow what I say do. You get a damn good workout. That's where I'm actually moving into, that direction. Is doing more stuff like that. Because I'll be closing my offline training business to move it online. Scary. I've been a trainer for such a long time. It's scary. I never thought I would stop teaching aerobics. I never thought I would. And I'm actually ready to go back to it. I'm going to start doing some videos at home for when you first wake up in the morning, just a 15-minute workout. Because I've been doing it every morning. And her workouts are so fucking boring. I could do a way better job than that. And so anyway, for my clients who are going to be in my workout programs, I'm going to start providing that. Your 15-minute wake up, to get your fat burning before you have your breakfast, and bam, get your calories burning started early. It's worked for me. I've been losing weight. Yeah, the 10 workouts, be good, plus be down me, ear pushing me. I always wondered if Popeye was Irish, because he talked me spinach. And here, Michael Nolan, you be down me ear. And I wonder if that's where my race learned to speak Ebonics from. Michael Nolan, I think every nerd should be in this BJJ. I agree. Or some form of martial art to learn to defend yourself. I did it in my youth, early adulthood. I think Tracy should be studying some form of martial art if he's working in bar situations. Because who knows, it might be called to bounce. And chicks dig bouncers too. You know, right now I guess he's doing cleanup work behind the counter and helping, you know, at the bar. He's not a licensed bartender yet, but you know, he's doing all that kind of work, you know, and stuff, and getting some attention. But if you can bounce, shit. Royce Gracie in UFC 1 was beating giants doing BJJ. Yeah, I know of him. He's a thin guy and a small guy. Excuse me. So I think it's time for me to hit the road there, fellas. So, One more statement. So if he can do it, a nerd can do it. Exactly. It's been fun, fellas. Spending my morning with you fellas. You guys have a good day, and I'm out of here.